Welcome to KBM's 100th video. My name is Autumn Miller.
So our 100th video, yay! Thanks to all of you guys. We have almost 40,000 subscribers and over 20 million views. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Now I want you to take a look at what 100 pirouettes look like. I look back on dance even 100 years ago, it has changed so much, especially with shows like So You Think You Can Dance and Dancing with the Stars. But if you go back, it was so strict and so stern. People wore masks and heavy clothing. There was no leotards, there was no ballet shoes, there was not even nylon fabric. That didn't start coming out until about 100 years, or 200 years ago, I should say. Thanks to a man named Jean Novary, I hope I'm saying that right, he was someone who had studied ballet and was getting ready to emerge the dance world. He kept saying, I really want dance to not be about masks and hiding ourselves and slow restricted movement. I want it to be about expression of the body and being able to tell stories. And from here on out, we have amazing, amazing storytellers like someone named Twyla Tharp, who was the most unique choreographer of her time that came out, Mikhail Baryshnikov, a famous ballet dancer that most of you should know, or George Balanchine, who basically brought ballet to America. Without these evolutionary changes, dance would not be what it is today. So a big thank you to our history of dance and being able to appreciate what these guys and girls have done for us. I get more than 100 comments a day about pirouettes. So I have decided to dedicate this 100th video to pirouettes. Let's take a closer look. Balance is a vital part of your pirouette. So I'm going to show you an exercise that you can practice your balance before you start your pirouettes. You're going to take your right foot and you're going to step forward into your L position with your arms here, just like you're prepping for a pirouette. You're actually going to push off the back leg, making sure your weight is evenly distributed in the center. And as you bring your arms into the circle and your leg into passe, you are going to rise and hold and find that balance. Then you are going to trade legs. So my back heel is lifted, my arms are flat, my body is in the center, and again, I'm going to lift and hold. And I'm going to continue all the way across, finding my balance as long as I can. Balance is so important because it has to do with body placement. Once you find yourself in the perfect place, you can get from 2 pirouettes to 3 or 3 to 4. I get that question all the time. Do I need to wind up? Do I need to plie more to get more turns? The answer is no. You do not need to wind up. You need to be in the exact same position, your prep, holding your body strong and pushing off and finding your balance. With your arms in a nice tight first, your head over the top of your shoulders into your stomach, which is your core. Close the rib cage, squeezing nice and tight. The foot is in passe, connected at the knee, and then the leg is on releve. One thing I want to bring to your attention is core strength. We have talked about that in other videos. We practice doing planks or sit-ups. If you do not engage your stomach or your core, you will fall out. The top will be moving and you will not be able to hold that pirouette. So what I want you to remember, balance and core strength. Third, let's talk about arm position. Every teacher has their preference where they would like it. Some people like their arms nice and high up here. Some like it a little lower, some a little closer. Do what your teacher would like you to do. None is right or wrong. For me, I start with my 2 middle fingers near my belly button, and I actually start to open up into a nice first position right here that's a little lower than your typical ballet first. It's right in here. Once you have remembered to get your arms in a nice circle or first position, I want you to really focus on my foot in passe. It is connected, it is parallel, straight forward. Let's get a side view of that. My heel is not here. My heel is forward, so there is space between my toe and my heel. My back is flat, my arms are in a nice circle, and my head is connected right here on my neck, so it's nice and flat. I'm not arching and I'm not hunching. I'm straight up and down with my stomach muscles engaged. Lastly, I want you to remember spotting. This becomes difficult for students. How to spot, where do I spot, what do I look at? Remember, spotting means to look at something the entire time and not take your eyes off it. So if I was spotting you, which is the camera right now, I would keep my eye on you the entire time and whip my head back around and come right back to you. What happens is people begin their spot and they actually lose focus where they're looking, and here they're looking off somewhere else, and now you see the back of my head. I have not followed back around with my eyes, and by the time I bring my head back to you, it's too late and I've fallen out of the turn. The spotting is key. So let's go back and try to remember a few things that you can practice to make your pirouettes better. Number 1, balance. I showed you the balance exercise that you can do. Number 2, we talked about core strength, making sure you're in a nice straight line, engaging your abs. Number 3, the arm position. Nice and closed circle with the rib cage closed. Right here, a nice first. And the passe, which is connecting the foot in that nice circular position with the heel forward, not sickled, but straight ahead. And lastly, spotting. I want you to practice those, and I hope by the time I come back next year with my 200th video, you'll be on 200 pirouettes.